Okay, today we have the last chapter of Power Awareness. This is my favorite book by Neville Goddard. Hopefully I'll find another one that's good to go through like this because the chapters in this are very short. It gives a lot of really good information. It gives a lot of good quotes, and I think this is probably the best book of his to study. But again, I'll try to find something else that we can continue to go through because this has been such a fun series to do. And like, if you guys have been here for the whole time, like, I'm sure you've learned a lot. I'm sure you had a lot of fun like I did. So again, I'll try to find something else. But chapter 27, Reverence. Never wouldest thou have made anything if thou hadst not loved it. Wisdom 11:24. That's very hard to say. In all creation, in all eternity, in all the realms of your infinite being, the most wonderful fact, that which is stressed in the first chapter of this book, you are God. You are the I am that I am. You are consciousness. You are the creator. This is the mystery. This is the great secret known by the seers, prophets, and mystics throughout the ages. This is the truth that you can never know intellectually. Who is this you? That is you, John Jones, or Mary Smith is absurd. It is the consciousness which knows that you are John Jones or Mary Smith. It is your greater self, your deeper self, your infinite being. Call it what you will. The most important is that it is within you, it is your world. What is he talking about here? So he's going to continue going on in this point, but I really want to point out, are you your name? Are you your job title? Are you who people believe yourself to be? Are you your characteristics? Or when you go to bed at night and you have these fantastical dreams, are you something beyond the words? Something beyond explanation, something beyond comprehension? And this is what he's talking about. He's talking about our infinite nature, our essence, the thing that ties us to all of humanity. When you see a child playing, is that purely just someone that's going to grow old and die one day, or is there something more? Is there a spirit in them? Is there a love? Is there a laughing? Is there a joy that can't be placed? When you look at your mother, when you look at your loved ones, is that purely chemicals in your brain, or is it a spiritual feeling? Are you in some way connected to them? Are you in some way connected to the entire universe? Are you in some way connected to everything? And at one point or another, what you are comprised of will become something else. What you're comprised of was once something else. Like what is it that ties us all together? He's talking about the infinite consciousness, the collective consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it. There's a force that ties us all together, and he's talking about tapping into this, realizing that we are all the same thing. We are all different expressions of one force, of one thing, whatever you want to call it. You can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it the Tao, whatever it is that you want to call it. We are all part of the infinite. That is what he's saying. It is the fact that underlies the immutable law of assumption. It is upon this fact that your very existence is built. It is the fact that is the foundation of every chapter of this book. No, you cannot know this intellectually. You cannot debate it. You cannot substantiate it. You can only feel it. You can only be aware of it. Becoming aware of it, one great emotion permeates your being. You live with a perpetual feeling of reverence. The knowledge that you are the creator is the very self of yourself and never would have made you had you not loved you must fill your heart with devotion, yes, with adoration. One knowing glimpse of the world about you at any single instant of time is sufficient to fill you with profound awe and a feeling of worship. Because when your feeling of reverence is most intense, you are closest to God, and when you are closest to God, your life is richest. Our deepest feelings are precisely those we are least able to express, and even in the act of adoration, silence is our highest praise. This is the moment when everything comes together. This is the morning when you wake up and you look outside and everything feels perfect. This is the feeling he's describing, the feeling of everything is in order, everything is going all to plan, and everything is working out for me perfectly. He's encapsulating this feeling, and this is the feeling of unity. This is the feeling that you get through a deep meditation. This is the feeling when you balance your chakras, or when you do some visualization, or when you imagine yourself to be the ideal that you want to be. And it's very, very important to remember this fact. It's very, very important to remember that everything you assume about yourself, everything that you believe yourself to be, is what will happen. You are the determining factor of what circumstances will come, what events will happen, and what will come into your life. It's merely just, what are you willing to accept? What are you willing to believe? And if you don't like where you are right now, you can change that. If you don't like who you are right now, guess what? You can change that. You can accept something new. If you're not confident, if you're not capable of something, it doesn't matter. Paint a picture in your mind as you're falling asleep that's so vivid, that's so real, that it's forced to come true. Make it so real that you already believe yourself to be capable of it, and that is the first step. Everything must be created twice. Once in your mind, and second in reality. One of the greatest quotes from William James is, before something is held in your hand, it must be thought of in your mind. It's such a beautiful sentiment, and I want you to embrace this idea. Because so many people go through this world, and they see everything not going right for them. But there's a million things that they can be gracious for. There's a million things that they have that someone doesn't have. You know what? You might have nothing except your health, but I promise you there's someone out there with millions of dollars that doesn't have their health. I promise you there's someone out there that has, everything that you want, but they don't have a relationship. They don't have, people to spend the money with, people to spend the time with. What is worth more? You always have something that someone doesn't. And appreciating this fact and understanding this fact and loving this fact is the greatest feeling you can ever have. Gratitude, happiness, acceptance, these are all some of the most reflective and some of the most introspective experiences that will ever come by. And you see it in all the great mystics. You see it in all the great philosophers. They understand that the only thing that matters is what you believe, is what you hold to be true, is what you accept. There are people in this world that drink because their parents were alcoholics, and there are people in this world that will never drink because they were alcoholics. Knowing this fact and knowing that you are consciously creating the world that you live in with every decision, with every way that you adapt, with every emotion that you take from whatever experience that you're having, that is the key. Knowing that everything can either build you up or break you down. Great experiences can also be negative. Bad experiences can also be positive. Knowing that there's compensation in everything. Knowing that when one door closes, another opens. And when one door opens, another closes. And being okay with this fact. And being okay with whatever comes to you. And always seeing the bright side. Always taking away the lessons. Always taking away the things that you were meant to learn. There's a great idea in Jungian psychology is that you will continue to have the exact same kind of relationships until you solve the issues with yourself. If you see yourself attracting a partner that is bad for you, if you see yourself attracting toxic people that cheat with you, guess what? That's not a problem with those people. That's a problem with yourself. And you will have to face it time and time again until you resolve these issues in yourself. And then you will get someone that really is worthy of you. Then you will get someone that doesn't treat you this way. But until you face these problems yourself, until you accept them yourself, until you get to the root of the issue and the root of the cause, you will forever be helpless. And the root of the issue is always yourself. The cause is always you. There's always something you can do in every circumstance that will make it better. And it all starts with the images you hold in your mind, the outcomes that you see possible for yourself. So when you're falling asleep tonight, throughout the day, when you're feeling down, always imagine yourself in that ideal. What would you in a perfect world do? What would you in a perfect world be doing right now? How would you respond to whatever is going on in your life? If your problem is money, just imagine yourself just swiping that card. Just imagine yourself not having to think twice. If the problem is you can't find a girlfriend, the problem is you can't find a husband or wife, I don't know what your circumstances is. Imagine yourself having that thing. How would you feel if you had that? Start to create these images, start to create these feelings and these states in your mind. And I'm telling you, it will follow. I'm telling you, you will have something to cling on to. I think it was either Nietzsche or Viktor Frankl that said, man is what he can overcome. Man is all he can endure. And if you can endure and still have a sense of hope, then you can face anything. Any problem is just going to fold beneath your will. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being with me through all of these videos. I know there's 27 of them. It's a lot, but very, very fun to go through this book. I'll continue to go through the works of Neville Goddard. I'll continue to go through similar stuff, but for now, it's the end of this chapter. It's the end of this book. On to something new. If you want to get all of the other videos that I've made on this book, I will link the playlist at the end of this, so you'll probably see it pretty soon. Maybe now at the time, but I'll link this book in the description. Love you guys so much. If you want some of my own writing, go ahead and join my school community. That's all I got for you guys today. Peace out. I'll catch you next one. I love you guys so much. I don't think I say that enough. I don't think I tell you guys how much you guys mean to me, but it's cool. It's cool to talk about books I love. It's cool to talk about ideas that inspire me, and it's fun to bring them to you guys, and fun to summarize them and put them in my own lens, put them through my own lens, and explain how they transform my ideas, and hopefully inspire you guys to pick up these works too. Because if I can lead anyone to a great book, my mission here is done. And I feel like I've done that, but I'm going to continue to do that till the wheels fall off. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys so much.